I want to thank our bell choir for opening up for us today. Some of you may know that in the Christian world, Epiphany is on Tuesday, and they play this song for us as a way of commemorating and reminding us of that day when the three kings finally arrived after following the star to meet baby Jesus. Welcome to Valley Unitarian Universalist Congregation. I'm Reverend Sarah Oglesby Dunnigan. My pronouns are she, they, and I am the settled minister here at Valley. Today is special to me for a couple of reasons. It is the last day before I begin my sabbatical officially, and tomorrow I leave for Costa Rica with my daughter, which brings me to my second reason today is special. Today, my daughter, Allie, shares a reflection with us about living in Costa Rica as a Peace Corps volunteer and what it has taught her about community and resilience. And I think about peace as well. Like many of you, I arrived here with a troubled heart and mind, aware that we live in a world in which a few very rich and despotic people are rendering our planet and all of the life on it to unending wars and destruction, all for the profit of a few at the cost of the rest of us. And in the face of this reality, we choose to be here together and to consider what it is that is in our hands to repair and remake and rekindle. So I'm so glad you are here with us at the beginning of a new year in which we are called to unlearn this cruelty and to discover new capacity for being human together and for sustaining life on this planet. If there are any visitors with us today and you are so inclined, we'd love to welcome you more personally after service. And if you're willing to make yourself known right now by standing or coming to our welcome circle after service, we look forward to learning more about you and sharing more about this community. So if you're a visitor and you're willing to stand, we'd love to wave at you and find you later. Let the people say, welcome. To help us stay connected, we invite you to take a moment to sign in using the visitor's QR code. This is a sign-in code that allows us to stay in touch with you and share more information about us with you and for you to share information about you with us. So thank you for being here, and we look forward to getting to know you. This Sunday, pastoral care will be provided by Adrienne O'Donnell here in the sanctuary. Adrienne, you want to raise your hand or wave? I don't see her, but okay. And by Magnus Hawthorne online. Hopefully I didn't get those wrong. Right. Or somebody can correct me. Okay. They will be responsible for pastoral care for the following week, and you can contact that lay pastoral care group at any time at pastoralcare@VUU.org. We also have a Caring Neighbors network that works to foster a loving and caring community. We help out with, things that happen in life where we might need a meal or a ride or something else, but we also do social gatherings and other fun things. So if you want to reach your Caring Neighbor connector, you can write to caringneighbors@VUU.org. Now, over the next few weeks, many different people will offer reflections and share their unique voices with you from this pulpit or from that one for taller people. You'll have some of those too, diversity in all kinds of ways. Our website has more information about how VUU will cover some of the roles that I normally occupy while I'm gone, so feel free to visit that and get more information. I'm sure we published it in Happenings as well. I want to assure you that you are in good hands while I'm gone. Shared ministry is always about exactly that. A partnership of lay leaders and staff who fulfill the tasks and responsibilities of this congregation and its mission. Sabbatical for me is an opportunity also for you as a congregation to learn, grow, and try new things, and offer new perspectives on what we need from and what we offer to each other. So I look forward to your stories about this short 2.5 months away and to sharing my own when I return. So let's light the chalice together, and Allie's going to help me by lighting. I'm going to light, and she's going to do the words.
I'm a little bit taller than my mom. We kindle this flame, symbol of our faith, for the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of love which calls us to work for justice. And I'm going to lead into a poem that I wrote while I was studying in Spain my junior year of college. And I wrote it thinking about what am I going to do after college, and also coming to terms with my identity as an American living in a foreign country and how others perceive me and how I perceive myself. It's titled, "My Voice Will Be Heard." My country is called the land of the free. It is thousands of dreamers, songs, cars, authors, activists, beers, universities, trees, hamburgers, voices, fights, telephones, pools, books, guns, windows, and children, which are a part of this land of the free. Here we can find beauty and ugliness, things that are marvelous and things that are tragic. Hi, I say. My name is Allie. I'm an American. But what does it mean to be an American? During this time filled with changes, transformations, fear, noise, war, and confusion. Who am I? What role do I play? I have a voice, but what do I say? This world is gigantic, with uncountable things to learn, with infinite people to meet, food without end to eat, and unlimited places to explore. It's a big task to find yourself amongst it all. I change every day, as does my country, the world, the solar system, and the universe. There are changes, small and large, that sometimes I recognize and sometimes not. Sometimes I don't want to see these changes, and sometimes I welcome them. I am living, I am breathing, and I am learning, and my voice will be heard. Thank you.
If you are willing and able, we would love for you to join us with this joy that we have. 1, 2, 3. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that? This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't
I want to invite Will Bliss up to do our time for all ages.
Good with me sitting? Nice to see you, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Will Bliss. I use they, them pronouns. And first, I'm going to be real and just say it's a really hard day to be an immigrant today. And really hoping that you can keep your immigrant neighbors and community and family members in your mind, in your heart, and in your actions as we move forward during the day. That was a beautiful song. I want to share how climate justice is a form of love. The organizing strategy team for the Unitarian, Universalist Unitarian newsletter, Side with Love, reminds us that love is not passive. Love shows up. Love organizes. Love tells the truth and strains towards justice. So, the first time I turned towards the earth to protect me from the unknown, save me from fear and sadness, nourish me from hunger, I was 5 years old. From then onwards, all other connections paled in comparison. At times, I felt hopeless. Other times, I was taken by a spirit so strong nothing could stop me. My wish for you in January and this year, moving onwards, is to feel so aligned, so interconnected, so in rhythm with the earth as our mother, that nothing stops you from loving in the ways you yearn to do so. Does a place, person, or thing come to mind for you when you hear me say this? Does anything come to mind for you? Oh, you can only elect yourself. Are you saying this person comes to mind for you? Oh, do you want to talk about it? That's okay. Okay, thanks for sharing. Yourself, your cheeks. Your love. And your mom and dad. Anyone else? Does anyone want to share anything? That's okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Moving onwards. This is okay, so this love shows up, love rolls up its sleeves, and love has work to do. This is why we are being of service to those in the Hopi Nation. Do you know where the Hopi Nation is? Okay, it is. You don't know what it is? Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to talk about it. So before I share with you the work we will do, let us learn who are the Hopi and where do they live. Hopi is a sovereign nation in the northeastern part of so-called Arizona. Do you know what a sovereign nation means? They make their own decisions. Yeah. Hopi people trace their history in Arizona to more than 2,000 years. The Hopi Nation are native people that live in so-called northeastern Arizona. But their history as a people goes back thousands of years. According to legends, Hopi migrated north to Arizona from what is now South America. Teachings relate stories of a great flood dating to ancient times, marking Hopi as one of the oldest living cultures in documented history. A deeply religious people, they live by the ethic of peace and goodwill. The Hopi Reservation occupies part of Navajo and Coconino counties, encompassing about 1.5 million acres. For reference, Arizona is about 73 million acres. Throughout every village is an autonomous government. Every village. However, the Hopi Tribal Council makes laws and sets policy to oversee tribal business. The Hopi have developed a unique agricultural practice called dry farming. Instead of plowing fields, Hopi traditional farmers place windbreakers in the fields at selected intervals to retain snow, soil, and moisture. They also perfected special techniques to plant seeds in arid fields. As a result, they succeed in raising corn, beans, squash, melons, and other crops in a landscape that appears inhospitable to farming. Do you like eating squash or melons or beans? What's an autonomous government? That's a very good question. They make their own decisions. So each village makes their own decisions. And I don't really know, because I think that, well, exactly, because it's not my village. Because I don't really know. You're all so smart. Amazing. So this information is from the Intertribal Council, which is one of the buildings is in Phoenix on Central Avenue. And this is all from their website, if you haven't been there yet. That way we learn from Native people, about Native people from Native people. So now for our announcement. We are excited to invite you to support our 2026 youth service trip to the Hopi Nation. Youth ages 14 to 18 are invited to join us for a meaningful 5-day experience in early June. Oh, I know, you're not in that age group, huh? We can still learn lots about the Hopi together. We'll spend 3 nights camping on the Hopi Nation, working together on small household projects, delivering supplies to elders, and lending a hand wherever help is needed. Do you want to? No? You're not raising your hand.
Are we still doing something for it though? Like the littler kids? Other than
This is a very good question. I just kind of got here. This planning has been happening for a long time, so we're going to talk about it.
They'll be helping us raise money and learning with us, is what I think the other community is doing. You'll get to go when you're ready.
Yeah. You raise money. Can I share what you just said? You like raising money for poor people so they can get housing. That's really important. Yay. So, let's see. If you are interested in learning more about this trip, you can reach out to me at faithforum@vuu.org. Every month through May, our youth will fundraise to cover trip cost. We invite you to our monthly after-service lunch. It's a $10 flat fee, cash or via VUU website. Pre-order a service trip t-shirt. Attend a silent auction of Hopi-made goods on March 15th before and after service. The first lunch is January 18th. Service trip donations are welcome anytime through the VUU website. Choose you. Oh, you know what? The youth activities list is not on the drop-down menu. I think it's RE donation right now. Our goal is to raise $6,000 by May. Any funds raised beyond that amount will support future youth activities. Yay! Thank you for making this trip possible. Do you want to share about how your New Year's is, or do you have any New Year's intentions or reflections that you'd like to share?
I was too loud. Too loud. You want me to hold it? Like you were saying, I was thinking, is it like where the kids make stuff to help raise money for it, or is it just? Okay. Are we still doing the things like we did last year, but where we put the care packages together for homeless people? Yay! Wait, when is that? Okay, yeah.
This year, this year I'm gonna finish shaving saving up my money for the poor people and for houses, and then next year I'm planning on giving it all away. Well, half of it, so I still have money. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, and I like cats, so that's why I ended with cats. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, yeah. Stella. Uh-huh. Meow, meow.
Thank you so much, and you will. I hope to see you all on January 18th, and join us for Lights of Love.
Siyahamba kukanyan kwenkos Siyahamba kukanyan kwenkos. Good luck. Siyahamba kukanyan kwenkos.
Take a time of centering to be together with today. In a time when world leaders seem to equate peacemaking with dominance and war, and when even our own president has declared the Monroe Doctrine as an excuse for invading another country and forcing regime change, we gather here together to build our own courage, awareness, and capacity to respond to the world around us with compassion and critique. So I want to invite you to take a moment to breathe in and find yourself in your own body. In this room, at this moment, with these people. And no matter what brought you here today, a habit or friends, a desire to leave the house, a need for inspiration, a chance to hear music or stories or perform them, an opportunity to pray or receive prayer, a chance to be seen exactly as you are, a reminder of what is possible when we center love. I hope that in this hour you receive what you need. We invite you, if you wish, to light a candle. This can be a candle of prayer, of celebration, of grief. We invite you to add a drop of water to the fountain, to know that you belong, and we all bring something to this gathering. To hold a rock or place it in the sand, to remind yourself that we are part of the earth and each of us matters. Each of us is needed. Friends, love is real. Love is solid matter, and love is energy. We look at the stone and we forget that there are spaces in between the atoms because we can't see them. Everything is always in motion. Everything is an exchange. We can't see this, but we leave pieces of ourselves, little traces of ourselves everywhere we go. And we receive the same from everything and everyone we encounter. We are stardust, and we are also beautifully entangled in all that is, entangled with each other. How will we care for one another today, tomorrow, and every day? How will we notice that we are connected even with those we've merely passed by? Because even in passing, without names exchanged, an exchange happens anyway. We get to choose what we make of this inevitable exchange. May we center love before we choose. Blessed be.
Flowing in my soul.
So 25 years ago, just before my daughter was born, I took a couple of trips in 2000 that were very life-changing for me, and then another one when she was just 4 years old. The first one was to Mexico. I had a coworker from Mexico that offered to take me to visit his village just outside of a little village called Silao, and just not too far from Leon. And we traveled around all different places. It was during a really historic election time when Vicente Fox was running for president, and his party won after decades of the other party being in power. So people were talking a lot about politics, and I didn't always have the vocabulary in Spanish to have those conversations. But people wanted to have them, and I tried my best to keep up. My companion never spoke English to me. He didn't translate at all. He just spoke more slowly, un poquito más demasiado para mí, and would repeat with easier words sometimes. And sometimes he'd just leave me alone with people, and I'd have to try to figure out how to talk to them. One of the things I remember most about traveling with Freddie was that when we were leaving, he had this huge bag. It was a big canvas bag, probably about as tall as I am. And we actually had to get a special cab to get it to the airport, because a normal car, there was no room in the trunk or in the back seat for it. And I remember as an American who had no idea what I was about to discover about my host family and my host country, I was kind of annoyed. Like, what the hell do you have in this bag? What are we taking, right? Do we really need all of this? But we got there, and one of the first things that came out of the bag was a fan, a box with a fan in it to put together for his mom's kitchen, because it's hot in her kitchen. And there were gifts for each of his nieces and nephews, because when you travel here, you don't come back without gifts. And then there was, and I'm not kidding, a toilet seat. The toilet seat was for me, because his bathroom didn't have one. And he knew that while many of the bathrooms in Mexico would not have one, he wanted me to be comfortable in the home that he was bringing me to. And I felt really stupid after giving, in my head, I never said any of that out loud, but in my head, after being so worried about this huge bag. It was a bag full of his generosity. And that's what I experienced when I was traveling in Latin America, in Mexico, in Guatemala, and in El Salvador, is that, and I'm sure I'll experience it in Costa Rica, because people there welcome you 100%. They offer you food and drink and a place to rest, and they want to offer you any small gift that they can give you, because it's special. Being a guest is special, and Americans aren't very good at this. But I learned from that trip about incredible generosity and welcome. When I was in El Salvador, I was there to learn about microcredit circles of women, about 15 women per circle, who would each help each other pay off a small loan to run a very small business. And we got to interview these women and learn about their businesses and learn about how running a tiny business changed their economic future, both for them and for their kids. And it actually changed whole villages of people, because there would be about a 15-week circle. Each woman would get a loan, and then each week the whole group would help her pay off her loan, and then the next person would get her loan. And at the end of 15 weeks, they would that circle would dissolve, but you could start a new circle. And so the goal of some of the women I met was to start new circles with all new women each time that they started a new circle, so that one woman told us that her goal was to reach 100 other women, and she did, over the course of 5 years. And that just transformed what was possible for those families. The woman who wanted to reach 100 other women had bought property, tiny bit of property, and she built, just a little housing, like an extra room on it, and she rented the room out, and that was part of how she continue to make money. And then she also bought a couple of pigs and bred them, and then she was able to keep making money off of that. So she was extremely bright. The women who get these loans, they get them based on the model of the Grameen Bank, and the model is defined not the most extroverted, like a woman who's already running her business, but somebody who has never had a voice, who has been alone a lot of times, and who doesn't see herself as a leader. Those are the women they went to first. Not last, not second, but those are the women they went to first. And that transformed the community in other really important ways. My experience in El Salvador also reminded me that we see disability differently in different cultures. We traveled with a gentleman who was in a wheelchair, and none of the places we went to were made for wheelchairs. You know, none of them were made for that. But do you know, he got to every place we needed to go because there was always 5 to 10 people, usually men, who would just come and pick up the chair and take it where it needed to go. There was no hesitation. Nobody had to ask. He got up part of a pyramid that way. It was just clear he was with us. He was going wherever we went, and they were going to make it happen no matter what it took. And finally, when I was in Guatemala, I was there to learn about fair trade coffee, which is really about labor and land and liberty. I got to live with a Mayan Mum family and pick coffee on the hillside. We learned about what it is to only have running water at night. The water gathers into the bin, different basins that you're going to use the next day for different purposes, and you need to be clear which purpose each bin has because you don't want to make water you're going to be drinking dirty. And we slept in a room, and then there was another room that was a place where we cooked, and the mother there cooked over an earth oven, and then suddenly, I didn't even know we had electricity in there, although they did have one light bulb hanging from the top. Suddenly she whipped out this blender and blended the beans. Because of course, if you're going to buy one appliance, it's going to be a blender for the beans. The women that we met with while we were in El Salvador had their own special project of coffee beans that they were selling that was meant to help them with their own empowerment as they fought against violence against women and other things that were holding women in their culture back. And we had a special evening where we sat and listened to the women tell us their story about their project. That was very moving. I think when we travel, we learn to see the world through other people's eyes, through other people's experiences. We can, anyway. It depends on how you travel and where you go and who you spend your time with and who you listen to. And in all of those trips, I valued the stories of the people who were living ordinary lives in those places and living in everyday places. And I got to hear what it was like for them to live in those countries and to see my country through their eyes as well. And I am very aware as I embark on a trip to Latin America after yesterday that as an American, I will be seen in a particular way sometimes. And that's important. It's important to understand that the whole world doesn't see us necessarily the way we see us. And I hope that it can help us change how we show up. So I'm really excited to have you listen to my daughter share a little bit about her experiences in a moment in Costa Rica as a Peace Corps volunteer. We really need folks who understand what it means to build peace, and that building peace is a long game. It's built on building relationship and connection. It's not something that happens overnight. So let's play the long game, friends.
Hi, everyone. I didn't formally introduce myself before. I'm Allie Oglesby Watson. I'm Rev Sarah's older daughter. And if you haven't heard, I am a Peace Corps volunteer in Costa Rica. And I've completed a little over a year and a half of my service, so I have about 9 months left. But firstly, I feel like I need to give you all some context about where I live and what I do. Costa Rica is a small country in Central America, wedged between Nicaragua and Panama. Its capital city is San Jose, not to be confused with San Jose, California, which has happened. And the country is very unique in that it doesn't have a standing army, and it's home to a lot of biodiversity. It's a beautiful country. So I am a youth and development volunteer in Aranjuez, Punta Arenas, Costa Rica. I work with grades 3 through 11 between 2 institutions with a total population of around 300 students. As a youth and development volunteer, I work on life skills, communication, problem solving, decision-making, and self-concept. I work to enhance community participation through youth service projects, community events, and awareness days. I work to strengthen youth support systems, whether that be with teachers and staff. One of my Costa Rican coworkers is actually here with us today, which is very cool, or with families. Outside of that, I'm involved with the monthly senior citizen group, very lively group, and the Community Development Association. I live with my host mom, Doña Melba, and her overly excited Chihuahua, Kira. I live on a small block, and I know everyone who lives on it. Aranjuez is a small town. Everyone knows each other, and everything about each other. There are 1,000 familial connections between everyone, of which I'm still finding out about to this day. While the community in Aranjuez is small, it is not simple or predictable or easy. Today, I want to reflect on my time living in rural Costa Rica as a Peace Corps volunteer, the comfort, strength, and passion I found through community work that also comes hand in hand with frustration, empathy, patience, and resilience. How can these experiences and revelations translate to our UU community, but also, and maybe more importantly, in the many other contexts we find ourselves in our day-to-day lives? Aranjuez itself lies about 4 kilometers south of a highway called La Centroamericana. No buses enter Aranjuez anymore, except the tourist buses. No public transport. And so the only way in and out is with a taxi or a pirata. One day I arrive at the entrance and there are no taxis. I hunker down to wait, and an older couple sitting opposite me smiles in welcome. I'm just about betting my chances to start walking the 4 kilometers to Aranjuez when a big, unmarked, white delivery truck bounces up to me and stops. Insert dramatic pause to give my mom enough time to freak out. A middle-aged man with dark curly hair pops his head out from the passenger side. With a broad smile, he hollers, "La casa de Doña Melba?" His face is familiar, and after a short moment of hesitation, I vault myself into his truck. I felt a bit like Frodo popping up into Gandalf's carriage without knowing little of what was to come. What does it mean to be in community? Do you choose your community? Does it choose you? For me, I suppose my project team chose mine, Aranjuez, Punta Arenas, this small agricultural town that's hotter than a broiling oven on most days. It was chosen for me, but over the past year and a half, I've slowly begun to choose it back. A close friend of mine calls community a soft place to land, a feeling of security, solidarity, and compassion. I like to think that each of us has a person that can be called our soft landing. Perhaps this congregation serves as a soft landing point for each of you. However, I think the concept of community is much more complicated than that. It is building trust through a million small actions. It is hard work. It is listening and talking and listening some more. It is frustrating and confusing and awkward and daunting. It is filled with conflict and history and tragedy and secrets. To be truly in community, one must bear all of those. There is no picking and choosing. To quote Sarah J. Maas, a favorite author of mine, "The road isn't easy. It is long and hard and often traveled utterly blind. In Aranjuez, it is also unpaved and bumpy." Speaking of unpaved and bumpy roads, back to my adventure with Felix, we take off bumbling down the road, my poor tailbone. The road to Aranjuez is mostly gravel with huge holes blown out like landmines, and we swerve and jolt and bounce around, Felix with the air of a seasoned pro, and me with a subdued feeling of car sickness. I ask him for his name, and he replies, "Felix." He, like most everyone in my community, already knows my name. And then we're talking about the weather and how it keeps getting hotter each year and how I like it in Costa Rica and Aranjuez and if I've ever played dominoes and how I should come play with his family sometime and how I should get a bike because he thinks I will go stir crazy in Aranjuez and where I'm from and what's Arizona like and on and on. As we pass people in their motos and bikes, Felix jovially calls out to each of them, waving from his open window and hollering, "Hola, Mai! Ando con su prima." And I poke my head out of the window and wave and laugh and shout, "Hola, primos." They blanch in surprise and then laugh and shake their heads at the both of us as we continue on our way. These were the beginning moments, the opening scenes, the seed of community tentatively being planted. The journey of the ring was still to begin. This congregation is a community, a sacred one. Each of us walks through these doors with purpose and passion. Each of us has an understanding of our principles and strives to uphold them. In the times of frustration, confusion, conflict, and tragedy, we must not forget that which brings us together. In Aranjuez, this feeling of sacred community manifested for me in many different ways. Commitment to go to events, friendship in my afternoon walks to the mini super for a sweet treat with Flori, joy in my bike rides with Sandy that various students tagged along on sometimes, legacy in my monthly meetings with the local retirement group, energy when I spend my shady afternoons playing with the kids in the plaza, trust in countless cafecitos shared over questions and stories, culture in the tamales made, the songs shared, the music danced, and the novelas watched. Companionship in living with Melba. Humor from my domino group. There are countless facets to community, and each person has something unique and important to contribute. What do each of you contribute? How do you recognize and value that which others contribute? Felix and I arrive at my house in what seems like a blink of an eye, and he's refusing the money I offered him and waving me on my way, reminding me about Domino. His act of thoughtless kindness left me reeling. Also, did that count as hitchhiking? I watch his truck turn away with a gravelly crunch and smile to myself. Being the only gringa in a pueblo like Aranjuez can be overwhelming at times. But in that moment, I was so grateful for Felix's kindness and felt like I was seeing Aranjuez through his eyes, a welcoming home to come back to at the end of a long day, surrounded by familiar people and friends. So now I've tried to put words to community, but what of resiliency? Where can the two meet? A strong community requires resiliency, and a strong community requires all of those things: commitment, friendship, joy, trust, culture, legacy, humor, and companionship. Humans exist in an interconnected web of life. We are not meant to be ostracized one from another, yet we often find ourselves on opposing sides. One thing I've learned living in rural Costa Rica, in a town of 1,000, is that this is a complex existence and not always comfortable. Local elections, event turnouts, town security, youth behavior, many issues may divide us. How do we build momentum and strength around the things where we stand united? We must make it a habit to go out of our way to care for and protect one another. To share water with someone who has none, to mix concrete for a chicken coop, that did hurt my back, to notice someone else's hard work and thank them for it. This takes bravery, patience, and empathy. Resiliency is the ability to be flexible, durable, and open-minded in the moments when our bravery, patience, and empathy are tested. Resiliency exists hand in hand with discomfort, hardship, and the unknown. Resiliency implies the existence of all of these and intuits the capacity not to withstand them, but to overcome them, to grow around them. In Aranjuez, I've beheld resilience in many forms. In the old, battered taxis that stumble along the unpaved roads, in the baby shower for an 8th grade girl, in the countless and exhausting raffles the teachers do to raise money for the schools. There is a different type of resilience here in the campo. It is understated, quiet, but ever present. Creating community is not easy or comfortable. Life is not easy or comfortable. Water and electricity will go out randomly, sometimes for days at a time. The sun is blazing hot and forgiving. There is no library, restaurant, post office, bank, police station, pharmacy, public transportation in Aranjuez. But people make do. They lean on family and friends. They enjoy what they have, which is each other. When someone asks how you are, they actually care to know. You never pass someone on the street without greeting them. Like, hola mai, primo. You never pass, people give and receive goodwill freely. Over a year later, I play domino with Felix and his compadres, whom I fondly call primos, almost every night. He's helped me figure out bus routes, explain intricate town politics, helped me get a bike. He predicted correctly about the stir-crazy part, and has always been a friendly face around town. His compadre, Jimelo, is an old family friend of Melba and helps fix our fans. Teen gives me mangoes. Leo works at the local animal sanctuary. Felix's wife, Lourdes, always messages me when she's selling arroz con leche and often invites me over for lunch. Felix's 2 children in 2nd and 4th grade run screaming and hollering at me whenever they see me, launching hugs at me. The connections we make matter, and our ability to set aside our fear and caution to make these connections is what brings people together in unexpected and powerful ways. Felix included me in his world, and I was then able to find my place and make it into my own. Not just through him, but through 100 other invitations and jokes and buenases from the rest of the community. I may be the only gringa in Aranjuez, but I'm not the only person who values hard work, dedication, camaraderie, good food, and the importance of making the place we live in better. I have a unique background and perspective. I have something to bring to the table, and my community recognizes this. Here at this moment in time, on so many levels, we are facing no small amount of discomfort, hardship, and the unknown. How are we holding up? As a congregation, we are a collective, a powerful body, a brilliant mind, and a creative soul. We hold the capacity to create effective change. We hold the potential to transform lives. Each of you holds value in this space. Each of you is precious and capable. Because the key to change is recognizing these abilities and assets not just in yourselves, but in each other, and amplifying them to meet a common goal. So talk to each other, listen to each other, respect each other, and dream together. Change is slow, but to quote Sam Cooke, a change is going to come. Blessed be.
We are a people of generosity of spirit and generosity of resources, and it is this time that we invite you to pass the plates, and you can give in the plate or via the QR code. If you're a guest today, know that your presence is gift enough, and we'll have the ushers pass the baskets now.
While you're doing this time of offering, we have a pop song for you by Jack Johnson called Better Together, as we are all better together. And Evan Anderson's name isn't on the slide, but he'll be singing on this tune too. So I just want to welcome Will Foote and Evan Anderson, Mark Foote. This is Jack Johnson, Better Together. Will, you'll kick it off here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and...
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. Our dreams, they're made out of real things like...
Will, let's start over.
Yeah, sorry.
Ready?
I don't have my paper with me. I don't know where it went, and so I'm trying to use a phone. Sorry.
You got it. Ready?
Yes.
I think Dad's got you taken care of here.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, and...
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. And our dreams, and they're made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least, for most of the questions in my heart, like why are we here, where do we go, and how come it's so hard? It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at the stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
And all these moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight. And I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings and brings new things. For tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too. Too many things I have to do. But all of these dreams might find their way in my day-to-day scene. I'd be under the impression I was somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Not so many things we gotta do, or places we gotta be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
look so pretty when I sleep, and when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time, and there is no song I could sing, and there is no combination of words I could say, but I will still tell you one thing: we're better together.
So for our closing words, I will first be reading the poem No Te Rindas by Mario Benedetti in Spanish. Then my mom will read it in English. And actually, studying in Spain for my literature class, I had to choose a poem and memorize part of it and spend about an hour in a plaza reciting this poem to strangers. So I'm not easily embarrassed anymore. No te rindas, aún estás a tiempo de alcanzar y comenzar de nuevo. Aceptar tus sombras, enterrar tus miedos, liberar el lastre, retomar el vuelo. No te rindas, que la vida es eso. Continuar el viaje, perseguir tus sueños, destrabar el tiempo, correr los escombros y destapar el cielo. No te rindas, por favor, no cedas, aunque el frío queme, aunque el miedo muerda, aunque el sol se esconda y se cae el viento. Aún hay fuego en tu alma, aún hay vida en tus sueños, porque la vida es tuya y tuyo también el deseo, porque lo has querido y porque te quiero, porque existe el vino y el amor es cierto, porque no hay heridas que no cure el tiempo. Abrir las puertas, quitar los cerrojos, abandonar las murallas que te protegieron, vivir la vida y aceptar el reto, recuperar la risa, ensayar el canto, bajar la guardia y extender las manos, desplegar las alas e intentar de nuevo, celebrar la vida y retomar los cielos. No te rindas, por favor, no cedas, aunque el frío queme, aunque el miedo muerda, aunque el sol se ponga y se cae el viento. Aún hay fuego en tu alma, aún hay vida en tus sueños, porque cada día es un comienzo, porque esta es la hora y el mejor momento, porque no estás sola, porque yo te quiero.
Don't leave. Apparently, she made a woman cry reciting that to her in the plaza.
And it wasn't for my pronunciation.
Don't give up. You still have time to arrive and start again. Accept your shadows. Bury your fears. Free common sense. Take flight again. Don't give up, because life is like that. Continue your journey. Pursue your dreams. Dissolve time. Remove the rubble and uncover the sky. Don't give up. Please don't give in. Despite the burning cold, despite the bite of fear, Even though the sun is hiding and the wind is silent, there is still fire in your soul. There is still life in your dreams. Because life is yours, and your desire is also yours. Because you wanted it, and because I love you. Because wine and love exist. It is true. Because there are no wounds that time does not heal. Open the doors, remove the bolts, abandon the walls that protected you. Live life and accept the challenge. Recover your smile. Try a song. Lower your guard and extend your hands. Open your wings and try again. Celebrate life and take back the skies. Don't give up. Please, don't give in. Despite the burning cold, despite the bite of fear, even though the sun sets and the wind is silent, there is still fire in your soul. There is still life in your dreams. Because every day is a new beginning. Because this is the hour and the best time. Because you are not alone. Because I love you.
Papers. Please rise and body your spirit. We're going to sing Resilience by Abby Batinas. The words are up. We've sung it before, you may or may not know it, but you'll catch on. We're going to be repeating lines. And if you're comfortable doing so, please do this. Just back and forth. Make a little noise. Not like you're crushing a bug, but just make a little noise. Okay. Can you give us a B? 1, 2, 1, 2. Resilience. We are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. We are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. We are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. I want to make it and I know we will. Yes, it's hard to keep going, but it's worth to stand still. Resilience.
Won't you join us in extinguishing our chalice, which Allie will extinguish for us. Though we extinguish the chalice, our connection to each other and this community remains. May its light guide us this week as we walk the path of justice, speak words of love, and fill our world with compassion until we meet again. Friends, I can't think of a better reflection to leave you with before I go on sabbatical. May you imagine yourselves in the kind of community that doesn't give up, that always shows up, that makes room for newcomers and welcomes each one of us home, no matter how long we've been away or how long till we return. Until we meet again, catch you on the flip side.